Why is it that young people now are leaving rich countries? Why is it that Western countries, particularly large Western countries, are getting so much hate right now from young people? For context, by the way, I'm a 20-year-old who's been born and raised in the UK here in the north of England. And in the last 2 years, I've been able to go from working a job that I hated, living a life that I hated, not having any freedom, to now being able to do whatever the hell I want, working in high ticket sales, being able to make money online, helping people and growing myself, working on my own self-development. And if you watch till the end of this video, I'll break down exactly how I did it. I'll break down why people are leaving the UK and why I'm also planning to leave the UK as well. What I heard the other day, actually, this is a crazy stat that blew my mind, is the fact that the UK has the highest amount of millionaires that are leaving every single year. I think adjusted to population, right? I think China has the highest, but the UK is second, or first if you take into account the amount of people that we have compared to China, which is crazy. The UK produces the most amount of millionaires every single year that leave and go to UAE, go to Thailand, go to South America, go anywhere but here. Right, now why is this? Why is it that people are leaving the UK? Why is it that just in general young people are leaving rich countries? Why is it that I'm looking to get out as well? The simple answer, the short answer, is just experiences. Growing up here in the UK, you don't get much of an experience in life apart from the heavy degenerate culture that there is, apart from the cold weather, apart from shit education, amongst other things. Now, I'm very grateful to have been brought up in the UK, don't get me wrong. I've learned a lot about life, sure, that I'm grateful for. But at the same time, I'm at that stage now where it's like, for me to go to a new level, for me to, really my goals, my aspirations are to become a millionaire before the age of 25. For me to do that, I'm going to have to become a new person, and I'm not going to be able to do that from the north of England, right? There's not a single person that I know in my area, in my hometown, who is making money the way I want to make money and is making a lot of money from it now in the whole world. If you broaden that out, there's many people doing that. There's millions of people doing that, but they are not here. They are not around me. So I need to get out of the UK. I need to go and see different experiences. Now, I've been lucky enough to travel to quite a few different countries and see different cultures, different aspects of life. And I found I've actually stumbled upon the fact that people are just happy everywhere else. In the UK, people are just not happy. The suicide rates are crazy. The amount of depression, the amount of mental health awareness that's going on right now, it's crazy. And it's tough. It's a tough life. People are working jobs they hate. People aren't happy with the way they look. People aren't healthy either. They're not making enough money to even fix any of those other things, right? So everything is just falling apart for them right now. And if you go to different countries, if you go to different cultures, especially those areas, those countries where, money isn't necessarily like a big talking point, where people are more so concerned about general life, you find that they're so much happier. I remember when I was in Mexico at the start of last year, I found that people were just generally happier. Everywhere I went, people were smiling. People were walking down the street, actually greeting each other, actually making jokes and having a laugh, without needing to just get pissed up and or Weatherspoons like most people do in the UK. I found the same thing in Croatia as well. When I went into Europe, people were just happier. Right, there was a sun, which helps a lot. There was healthy food, and people again didn't really care about making money. They just cared about living a good life, and they was grateful for what they had. I don't think people in the UK are grateful. I don't think people in many rich countries are grateful, right? Myself included. I could be definitely more grateful, and I'm very grateful for what I have. The fact that I have a roof over my head, the fact that I'm able to speak to this camera here, and the fact that I've never gone hungry in my life compared to a lot of the people. But I haven't been able to think that way because of the constant shit I've been fed from schools, from social media, from the news, from the government, from all these different people in the UK. So yeah, it's funny because it reminds me as well, they did a study, don't ask me who they are, by the way, I have no clue, but they did a study back in the day in the 1950s where they asked people two questions. They asked like thousands of people what they valued more. Do they value financial security and independence, or do they value knowledge and wisdom and growing in maturity? And most people at that time selected growing in knowledge and wisdom and maturity. Fast forward 50 years, they did that same study in the same areas in the year 2000, the millennium, and guess what? It flipped. People started valuing more financial security and financial independence, which I find crazy. And it's also value for money as well, right? Like, think about in the UK, if you want to live in central London, you're going to be paying a lot of money just on your rent, let alone food, let alone transport, let alone entertainment, and all those different things that you want to try, right? So you're going to be blowing a lot of money out your pocket. Whereas you can, on realistically like £2,000 a month in Thailand, you could live like a king. You can go to a villa, you can wake up every single morning, buy a poolside, maybe even a pool in your villa, and then you can go spend all day doing Muay Thai, and you can eat on that, you can travel on that, you can do whatever the hell that you want on that as well. Same thing in South America, the same thing in many parts of Europe as well. £2,000, you live like a king. It's a very simple life. Whereas £2,000 in the UK, you run through that quick, I don't even know where that shit goes most of the time, really, to be frank. And that this is the exact reason why I'm leaving the UK as well, by the way, because I feel like I'm at that stage now where I don't just want to learn about financial security and independence and just be go. And now I also want to learn about life. I want to learn about different cultures. I want to become wiser and more mature, because I know that in time those are the things that will help me make more money. And truth is, actually, this is pretty controversial, that money isn't the be all and end all of life, right? Sure, it has a lot of benefits and it'll give you freedom, and you need it to give you that freedom, as it has for myself, but it doesn't make you happy, it doesn't make you fulfilled. In fact, once you have it, it's a pretty soulless feeling. That's exactly how I felt when I made my first 1,000, when I made my first 2,000, when I made my first 5,000, even when I made my first 10,000. I felt the exact same way. Nothing changed inside here. It was just empty. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we'll be back again very, very soon.